When I look at somebody walking on the street, the first thing I'm going to look at them and I put them mentally in a corridor. You think of others, it's about you.
How you started is not how you finished.
When we have a child who's autistic, we have a lot of pressure
Oh my
and
God,
a lot
I
of
can't
stress.
imagine.
Our brain, it's wired to look at an image and create or attach it to a concept.
Wow.
When you go in the street, it's not because you discriminate. It's based on the experience that you lived and the way the community is. When I look at somebody walking on the street, the first thing I'm going to look at them and I put them mentally in a category. It's science.
Do you think that's right or wrong, or it's just
I'm not saying that it's right or wrong.
It
It's
just
just that
happens
it's
naturally.
a filter that you're
Yeah.
born with it. Like if you go, for example, in you were born in
Argentina.
and you see somebody in a corner sitting down drinking a mate, it's going to trigger a memory of you.
Right.
And that's going to put a person, you're going to say, that's an Argentinian person.
yeah?
And then you're going to put them in a level because he's in a corner. He might be middle class or somebody who works this or that.
That's amazing.
Whatever perception that you might have.
Yeah.
So it doesn't speak about the person itself. It speaks about you.
Yeah.
If I see a girl that is at 11 o'clock at night in the middle of, a specific road here in Miami, in a road, I can say she's looking for a client.
Wow. Yeah.
Or, somebody will pass by and say maybe she's lost or her car broke down.
Right.
Or some other people are going to say she's a student that just came out
It's
of one of
just
the schools.
Perception.
It's so the image, remember, it's a reflection.
yeah.
What you think of others, it's about you.
Wow.
But then also, I can play with your
So-
feelings
so-
to make you do something
Wow.
based on an image. So if I'm dressed well, jewelry, nice clothes, I could be broke, but you think I'm rich because you're looking at the brand names I'm
Yeah.
wearing or that. So that's something that is being used to kind of mold your perception of me so you can either buy from me or vote for me or I can become an ally with you. So
Right.
it's so many things that can go that way.
Yeah.
So that's why you have specific people dressed in a specific way.
Okay.
Like if you look at the way that they did Obama's image,
yeah.
and the way he spoke, the way he dressed, his mannerisms, he was very, the way that he put his, how do you call it, a Spotify list of his favorite songs. He was appealing to the younger generation. When you look at what they did as an image for Obama, then you look at the way that they have marketed every president. They market singers.
Yeah.
They market everybody. So that's one of the things about image that it really cultivated me.
I mean, it's super interesting
Captivating.
how we develop over time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what we do. I mean, how you started is not how you finished.
No, and
we
absolutely.
throughout that whole, going back to the creation, the DNA that we have of God, of being creators, right? Because you started with one thing, with one idea,
Mm-hmm.
and then it developed into one thing into the other. So you transition into different, multiple, from writing the book or books, being involved with, the image. What other businesses are you in that you?
So I have MJ House of Style.
Okay.
That is personal and corporate image.
Gotcha.
So corporations also have an image. It's like when you hear like ta 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 ta, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh,
when
yeah.
you hear that shh, when you open a can, it's Coca-Cola. So that there is an attachment to it. So I'm the head of communications of an international company.
Okay.
That attaches their name to other brands. So you have an image that you need to take care of.
Okay.
And then for other people, I create that image in the corporate. You have an idea of a business, and I help you, create from ground your communication, your values, your brand DNA. Talking about DNA
Yeah.
again, and then you launch that because it has to align itself to your own values.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. So when I graduated, before I even graduated, because I graduated later in life, I didn't graduate right away because then I started a family. I had my kids. I moved out, and I became a mom. So then I said, you know, I didn't do my equivalences here in the States right away. So, because you know that I have an autistic son, I got the diagnosis and then I immersed myself into that. So once my kids, even though I was being 100%, like I say, a mom, when they were in school on my free time, I'll be serving at church and I'll be doing the image consulting for women.
Okay.
I will be kind of helping them with their image, helping them with the way they dress professionally and the way they communicate, because your image is a communication tool.
You have a client right here.
There you
You're
go.
going to have to, how am I dressed? How am I communicating?
Then they'll bring their
We'll talk
husbands,
about that
they
later.
bring their businesses. So that kind of my off time, and I wasn't doing it full time, and I was blessed enough, that I had a partner that used to work and provide for the family. So I'll do it in my free time.
Yeah.
And as a way also to disconnect, because women, when we have a child who's autistic, we have a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. So that was a way for me of giving back, practicing my faith, and helping others too. And then later on, I went back to school and I did another certification in image consulting. I went back to school and finished my degree, and now in theology. I did chaplaincy. I'm a chaplain.
Wow.
And then I have I'm finishing. I have a master's degree in pastoral care and coach.
You're full of surprises.
It's just that as I went through and I needed to, I love to learn. When you love to learn, you're gonna switch that. And I'm coming now with my PhD now.
Wow.
And I think it's more than titles, which I don't like to advertise my title. These were resources for me to help others.
Look at that.
In a better way. So through that, solving problems, my son graduated from high school and he didn't have a transition program. So then over there I created Happy, which is helping adults with autism perform and excel. It's a nonprofit organization I'm a co-founder. I didn't come up with the whole idea. All I do is I wanted to solve this problem. And then I met people at the gym, elderly people from my community who were retired, and I said, we're trying to solve the problem about autism and employment. And I said, well, if they don't go to school, they're not going to get a job. Okay, so then let's join forces.
Wow.
The power of collaboration is incredible.
I've heard it put this way: if you want to go fast, go alone.
Yeah.
But if you want to go far, go with people.
And that's something that sometimes we don't understand in community.
Yeah.
In our let's say Latino community.
Yeah.
But the more that I work with Jewish people and stuff, something that I learned is better to be the owner of a 30% than the owner of 100% and don't make any money.
I think that's a very Latin thing, to be selfish.
Yes.
And, people are out to
I
get
think
you.
it's the ego. I know I can do it, so then why am I going to do it with you if I can do it myself?
Right.
It's because you don't have this set of skills and the abilities that the other person have, and combine, you can go further. So then when I did that, it was 8 years ago now. This organization is at a national level, and we have 27 people in our board. We're 100% volunteers.
Wow!
And we have changed the life of over, maybe with all the programs that we fund. We're not operators. We fund certain programs in Miami-Dade College, Broward College, Palm Beach Atlantic, and then we have employment we have the first aviation program for autistics in the world, 100% employability, almost 100% employability.
Wow.
But we have changed the life of over 400 autistic people.
400 autistic kids. You guys changed their...
Yes, and those are families, and then there is a return, social return on that investment, because they could become productive as the community, they become society, they become consumers too. And they help their own family.
It's a huge issue. I mean, my nephew that I reached out to a couple of times, he's not fully autistic, but he has he's in the spectrum, and I know it's a huge issue. I mean,
it's not that you're autistic. It's just that in the spectrum, either you're like level 1, 2, or 3. And
right. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I want to change gears because
Yeah.
we got to wrap up. But before I ask you the last question, that is going to be around, reinventing yourself and managing your time. Because to do all these things, you had to reinvent yourself
Yeah.
and think about, talk about image. But how can people reach you through social media or your website? If you look into
It's
the camera, and let us know.
mariajacobo.org. Also, it's Maria Jacobo at Instagram. And
Okay.
through there, you can see all the links to either Happy. I have also Todo Autismo, another nonprofit that I just started for our Latino community. And then I also teach a class, like I said, in FAU. And you were saying about reinventing yourself. It's not. Since you were in your mother's womb, you're transforming yourself.
Yeah, we're
You,
living.
you're not the same. When you were created in that,
Yeah.
when God conceived you, and every day as we are aging, we are transforming ourselves. We're adding experience. We're adding, new knowledge that help us kind of change the gear or direction of where we're going. So it's adding. It's not that I left something to do something else. No, I'm adding value as I see better now what I'm needed the most. So when I create something, it's been like that. So image is still there. What I did is like I reach a community that I went all over the world. You've seen that, and I transformed a lot of people's images, and I was able to kind of say either I go this route or I go more the nonprofit and the entrepreneurship. And I think that God shifted me towards that, more into the entrepreneurship and helping others towards my nonprofit. So what I did is for my community, I recorded a couple of courses and put it in my website.
Awesome.
And when I have a client that have their business and they need also a personal image, then I do it.
That's really good.
So it's all a combination, and all that funds my nonprofit because the nonprofit is 100% volunteer. So
Yeah.
all that helps fund some of the things that I want to do and my speaking
love it.
engagements and things like that.
I love it. Last question. What is some practical advice that you can give someone, that to reinvent themselves? You said it's not about reinventing themselves, but to create
It's finding yourself at
find
every
yourself
stage of your
to
life.
kind of, take their level, whether it's their relationships, their finances, their business to a different level. I mean, because sometimes we get stuck. And I feel like they say that I think every 7 years our cells regenerate. I think our minds have to regenerate. Give some practical advice that someone they could do tomorrow, today, implement into their life and say, you know what?
Be authentic with yourself.
Authentic. How?
Be honest with you. Where I'm at.
Is
The first thing,
this truly who I am?
Am I really going where I want to go? What is my why? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Starts with the why. I mean, Simon Sinek said it so well. And for me, some people are doing what they're doing because either they want to make money, they want to please their parents, they have like this expectation that I need to be at this level to kind of be someone in society. But when you find yourself and you're honest with yourself, not because your spouse, your family wants you to go that route, and you say, this is who I am. These are my flaws. These are my abilities. And those are the things that I do good. These are the things that I feel comfortable doing. And those are not. These are my flaws, which everybody has. You shouldn't be ashamed.
Yeah.
All of us go through that. And when you know that, then I can concentrate on your abilities and what you love to do. And it's not that you love to do, let's say I have a friend of mine who's an entrepreneur, and he sells makeup. He used to sell makeup. He didn't know anything about makeup, but he loved the process of building something and scaling it. And he say, what if I do this? He started out of necessity, but then he started enjoying the process because in his mind, he's a builder.
Wow.
So it's, for him, it wasn't about the purpose of, oh, I have to be doing something so I can feel good. The process makes me feel good. So either I build a makeup company or I build
The process of
a
creation.
jewelry. It's more about starting something, optimizing it, and scaling it to the fullest. How big. So you got to find yourself. Because I said to him, I don't think I can do that. I enjoy more the teaching and the conversations and the building something because it's going to change the world.
Right.
So, and it doesn't have to be the whole world, somebody's world, which
Yeah.
is their kids.
That's
your
amazing.
whole world right there.
Yeah.
So for me, the impact, it's what I value, but I'm honest with myself.
Right.
you know? And that's what you need to be. Am I okay doing less but enjoying the process as I grow?
I love
And some people just think, I gotta leave my job to become an entrepreneur and do that. And I was reading something yesterday that the biggest entrepreneurs today, they had a 9-to-5 job, and then they secured the investment for the business, and then they went all in.
Yeah, that's
So
it's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
I mean, that reminds me of Proverbs that I wrote it down here. It says Proverbs 10:4 says, "Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth." And
Exactly.
it takes effort. You know, success takes work, takes effort. You got to want to do it, and you know,
And then it brings wealth. That's good that you pointed out. I've seen a lot of people with money that are very poor.
Huh.
Wealth, it's not only about money. Wealth is about resources. And I remember, I'm going to tell you something that I was thinking the other day, because I said, God, I need this, and I need this amount of money because I want to help this amount of kids, and I want to give that. And God says, open your phone. I was like, maybe I need to check my bank balance. No, open your phone. I gave you a bunch of resources there that you're not reaching out.
Wow.
And when I opened my phone, I remember that the first contact that came out, a millionaire.
Wow.
The second contact, a business owner. They're also very well. At the third contact, so God gives us
Was I in the
wealth
top 4, top 5?
and available.
My contact?
You didn't show up there, but when I look, that not yet. But I don't know why. Like I was just opening random my phone calls of that week, and I said, wow. Those are people that I can call and I can count on, and they will invest in my ideas. And I said, I'm wealthy in friendships. I can solve a problem just by picking up a phone, and I can solve your problem connecting you to people. That's more valuable
Oh yeah.
than having money and not knowing who to call. So my life has been, my success have come because I'm being able to connect you with the people, with the person that's going to soar or make you grow your business or make you grow what you want to do. My advice or my resources in that way can transform you and your business. And that's what it is.
Well, hopefully we transform someone's life or give them, that spark to get them going.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. And
Yes.
sometimes that's all we got to do. People are hopefully get in contact with you. Thank you so much for this time.
And I'm going to leave something
Yeah.
before. I know, thank you for having me, but you know what it is too in the Christian world is not only ask and you shall receive. Who's going to start building a home and first doesn't sit down and plan for it?
Oh, yeah.
If anything you take from this podcast, if you have a vision, you have to write it down and you need to plan it. Put a number, put a how many people you need to come through. If you had a magic pen to write it down, write the whole vision. Don't be
Amen to
scared
that.
about numbers. And God is going to bring it to pass. He's going to make it happen.
That's fire.
For
We're
you.
going to have to bring you back.
Amen.
Amen. Maria Jacobo, it's a pleasure to have you.